Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day, it was a glass of water, but it's all gone. I've been thirsty boy today. Anyway, today I've been playing Captain Kidd. I don't know why the image on the sim just had him as Eustass Kidd. He's no longer a captain, and he's got an extra D in his name. But here we are. This leader is very, very aggressive, but it's aggressive in the leader. We're not playing loads of little small characters like Red Zorro. We're not playing loads of characters and giving them dons like Blue Jimbei. We're just a big leader and we go punch you in the face, and I'll punch you again. This leader's a bit weird. He's the original 5-life multicolor leader, and in your turn, if you have 4 more life, you have minus 1000 power. However, you can offset that because when you win attacking, you do don -1, and you can buff him by 2k for the turn. And that combos very nicely with this new card out of EBO4, Mr. Kamazo, on 3, and you do want to go first with this deck. This is your best play. It's a 3-cost pudding, but it's also a blocker, and it's also Kid Pirate, so we can find it much more easily. So on 3, you really do want to see this. You just play it, and then you get to swing for 6, you get the Dom back. Everything is rosy. Then on the following turn on 5, ideally, you will drop 5-cost Kid, dying Kid in the prison, I think this is, from Wano. Oh no, this is when he's in Kaido's cell, right? From that very short bit. I think it was during Whole Cake Island, but you saw him in Wano. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, 5-cost Kid. You play this, and then you actually start ramping. When you do your leader effect, you get 1 back from Kamazo, you get 1 back from Kid. What a treat! You end up on 6. So on the following turn, you're on 8. Is that very relevant? No, because our next play is a 7-don play. But it's all right, and this is like the new card. This is the only real reason we're playing this deck. 7-8 on play. Your ramp 1 is active. Pretty nice. Now you can activate main, trash this character to play a 5-cost Kid Pirates type character. Feels really weird, and there is basically one card that's synergistic with this, and there's a second sort of replacement. Killer is very, very good. OP14 Killer. 5/5 1k on play, Dominus 1, restand your Kid leader. Restand your Kid Pirates leader. Might as well be a Kid leader, because there's no other Kid Pirates type leaders. But yeah, and you'll notice this when attacking is not once per turn. So you can make your leader ungodly big by reusing this when attacking, especially if you just say you like put 5 don on him, swing for 10, use your leader effect, swing for 12, and then you can play this for free off this Kid, if you've already got him on the board, and then you can swing for 14. You can get some surprise lethals with this guy. And I think if this deck had unblockable for the leader, genuinely pretty good. However, we don't have unblockable for the leader. We are stuck playing Unsearchable Roger, and I am on 2, maybe go to 3, but I don't know. There's certain matchups where you don't need this, and those are the matchups where I feel pretty good to be playing Red Purple Kid. Things like Mihawk I found fairly good so far, but the matchups where you need this Roger, I don't know, you kind of just got to luck into him. He's unsearchable in this deck, it is what it is. So that's the core strategies. We want to set up our board so that we're not losing 1,000 dons. We want to take pretty aggressively to 3 life so that you lose that debuff. And then late game, you're going to combine Captain Kidd with Killer and ideally Punk Rotten. 2-don event, buffs your lead by 5k. Insane powered boost. Can also be put on characters. So this little weenie Killer Searcher, you can make him a 7k swinger for 2 don. Don't underestimate that play. It's pretty good. So you want to combine this with restanding your leader, a bunch of don, and Captain Kidd to just force lethal. And if you can get multiple of these and a Punk Rotten on the same turn, my god, you're swinging for a ridiculously large number. Supporting cast for this deck, 4 Killer. It's a searcher for Kid Pirates. Unfortunately, it can't search this 5-cost Killer. That is a real shame, because it makes assembling your combo quite a bit harder. We've also got, when you're at sea, you can fight against pirates. Searches Straw Hat Crew cards such as Usahachi and Chopper, who are 2Ks. They certainly are 2Ks. And it can search your Kid Pirates cards. And you have to play this, because otherwise this killer is completely unsearchable. And you're just kind of asking to not find it, in my opinion. 2 Kid Killer, it's a nice rush option. It's Kid Pirates, you can search it off all your stuff. It's not called just Killer, so you can search it off Killer, fortunately. And this is like a backup play off the 7-cost Kid. If you don't have Killer, you can turn him into Kid and Killer, which is worse, but fine. In terms of 2Ks, I'm playing 4 Usahachi because it is the best purple 2K, 4 Kamazo because it is the best Kid Pirates 2K. It's also an okay play on 4. You can kill weenies, which into Mihawk sometimes matters. You can get rid of like Kikunojos and Peronas. and to stop them resting them. And into Ace, this can also be okay because if they play one Searcher, not two, well, you can play this Kamazo and then potentially remove that one Searcher, making Jozu harder. Because Jozu's tough for us. We don't like dealing with Jozu. So Kamazo can, in certain situations, make Jozu bad. And the final 2K one is Chopper. You could play like there's a Wire. It's really, really bad, but it is Kid Pirates. If you want more searchable 2Ks or Killer. But I'm not often playing this searching for 2Ks. You're really just searching for your curve with this Killer. Like your Kid, your Captain Kid. They're all called Kid. Your Kid, Kamazo. That's what you're looking for with Killer. And thank God they didn't name this Killer. Because can you imagine? I've got 4 Bon Clays because it's a good alternate to this. If you're on your notch preferred curve of 4, you can then go straight into Captain Kids, the 7 cost, which is fine. And also into Ace, this gets to swing the 12 naturally. I think that's it. I've got 2 copies of Rayleigh. It's another okay boss monster. You can swap this out for 7 cost Sanji if you prefer. He does have counter, but Rayleigh just has a much bigger stat line and ramps rather than deramps. And you don't really want to deramp too much because you want to use this leader effect every single turn. Finally, 2 Jet Gatlings. I did start with Divine Departure. You might see Divine Departure in some of these games. It didn't really come up. I didn't find myself attacking into Mihawk's tap stuff very often, which was the matchup where I was thinking it was going to be good. That didn't end up happening, so I swapped it for this. It has a trigger, which is okay. And more importantly, it's searchable off when you're at sea. So if you do need to, when you're at sea, and find counter, this is effectively an extra 2 searchable 2Ks compared to if you're running Divine Departure. Like, this should really never whiff, but it gives you more counter targets if that's what you need. What do I think of Red Purple Kid? It's alright. It is very alright. When it works, the combo goes very nicely. Very nice. But it's a little inconsistent. One of the biggest things for me is why is this card not searchable off the 1 cost Killer? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Just make it Kamazo. Why didn't they make it Kamazo? Because it's the same guy, right? Killer is Kamazo. They're the same guy. Just made this a Kamazo, then it's searchable with this. I don't know, at least it's a little bit easier to put your combos together. Also, removal decks, not very nice to face. If they remove your Kamazo, they remove your Kid, and then they remove your Kid, you're like, okay, it's just Joba. Like, can't do very much about that, because whilst you don't really rely on your board, you do need to have a board. Otherwise, it's very hard to get cards out of your opponent. They can just, like, either take or establish blockers, because, like I said at the start, we don't have unblockable. If you had unblockable for this leader, I think that would go a long way. And I think there are certainly things you could do to make this deck better. Well, Bandai could do anyway. I think this list is fine. Cards I'd potentially like to include an extra copy of Punk Rotten. I have had this at 3 at times, but just finding the balance between having good plays, not too many bricks, and enough of these and enough consistency as well. I'd maybe cut 1 Bon Clay for a 3rd Punk Rotten. I think that could be a reasonable change, because this card's very, very good. Putting this on the Killer, and also the Kamazo, underrated. Don't overlook that. So that's a serious amount of power. And putting this on Kamazo, it's a 9k swing for 2 Don. That would normally be a 6k swing. That's really, really strong. So I do think there is merit to playing maybe even 4 Punk Rotten. Maybe this Rayleigh's not worth it, but it is nice to have something else to do if you don't find 7 cost Kid. And you might see a couple of different cards in some of the games. I had 3 cost Kid at one point. This one, I was trying him out. It didn't feel very good. Taking your life just to play a vanilla, effectively, it doesn't feel great. So I ended up getting rid of this just because the brick issue. If this was a 1k, I think it would be a lot more compelling, but it isn't, so it's irrelevant. The other one I had was Doflamingo. I tried this out. It felt fine as an alternate to Kid, but I think the Bon Clay is just better. I think Bon Clay is better than Doffy, so I took him out in favour of the Bon Clay. And like I said, I had Divine Departure in it, so you might see some of those. And maybe you'll see 7 cost Sanji as well. Been trying a few different things, but I think I have enough decent games with this deck so you to sort of see how it works. And if you have any suggestions to make this better, please do let me know in the comments. That's enough yapping. Here's some games. Okay, got to get into Mihawk. I imagine he's going to yoink first. Does indeed. We have a 3, but we have no follow-up. So I think I'm going to mulligan. Okay, this is looking better. Got our 3 into our 5. We can find the 7-cost kid off this. Well, I guess that'll do, huh? Punk Rotten's good. Don't mind a 2k. I think I'll take a Punk Rotten. Just to have for later. And then we'll pass it up. He's got a Perona. I imagine we will see just a large swing here. Mihawk. Okay, we do see a Kiku. The 4-cost Kamazo would actually be pretty decent in this situation. Roger, not too relevant into the Mihawk matchup. Second one of those is good, though. That's very solid. Yeah, we've got nothing to do for the 1-don, so we'll just swing for 7. Nice big aggro early on. Not too bad. He's chosen to play out a couple of cards. Mainly, he's just gone down 1 in hand because of the Kiku. I think it's a fine play, but does mean he's gone down 1 in hand. Rest Perona. Cool. 5 to 5, and then we're going to see... I mean, I don't know. Is he going to... I presume he's not buffing the Chigi, so we probably see another 5. Regardless, I kind of just want to take down to 3 anyway, so we'll just take that there. Yeah, we do see another 5. Okay. Kind of want to keep this to search for a second copy of this, although we could just go straight to Roger. So I'll go no blocker. No, I think I will give the killer. So I want to keep these 5-cost killers more. They're going to be integral to winning the game. Yeah, I think I stand by that. Yeah. Deploy this. I'm happy to swing with the Kamazo here, I think. So we can go, what, 7, 6? Bit scuffed, but works out. Don't mind taking out the Perona, but I'd rather get a card out of his hand, I think, here. Yeah. Game 1, game 1. What if we Punk Rotten and swing for 9? That'd be kind of funny. Be kind of funny. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think we'll hold it. Let's get a 2k out of his hand. Concerning. I mean, that's cringe. But the fact that he literally didn't have a 2... Because if he had a 2k, he's always countering there. There's no way in hell that he's not countering there. So that's interesting. That is interesting. Where's the Kiku? This is rather large. 8, 9, really? Yeah, love that. We have double 2s. We do not. But I can't block with this because we're in danger if we block with this. Let's go no blocker resolve. That's not ideal. He's probably going to want to leave 1-don open anyway for an event. Yeah, I'll block 2k, 1k. That's acceptable. Might have to leave this open though. Also might have to play that. Yeah, just to get rid of it. We'll do that at the end of the turn, I think. Yeah, let's go on active. Go 9 lead. Yeah, and then next turn we're doing our kill turn. Next turn's our kill turn, so we're looking for counter with this. Not too far off being able to do it this turn, to be fair, but yeah, it was never going to happen. Gives us a waterfall. 3 cards. Wow, what a treat. We're never swinging with this because we might just need to block it to sack it off. That is a 2k. That's perfect. Then we'll end the turn. As long as we don't die here and our leader doesn't get frozen, I think we should be okay. Mihawk, I mean, I don't love that this can't rest, but it can still turn into something. 7. This is swinging probably very small. He's going to leave Don's open. 6. Yeah, we'll just 2k that one. And then we'll take the cheeky swing if it does decide to swing. Yeah, I'll just take this. And we're just going for our kill turn here. So 5 Don for killer. 2 for Punk Rotten. These 3 swings are going to be immense. If we can swing 7 and get something out of him, I think that's worth the 1 Don investment. because these swings are just already going to be enormous, right? We have 5, 7, and that he goes to 12k just off that. We can maybe even swing 9 with this. We're going to get one more Dom back as well. Yeah, I think we actually do swing 9, right? Hmm. Takes that. Interesting. Let's go 2 Dom for this. Dom -1. Buff leader. Game 1 active. Then we'll go... yeah, one more Don here. Swing 13. I think that's going to be the game. Deploy this. Turn 1. Stand this. Swing 15. If he counters this, we can swing at 17. Not even close. Holy shit. Well, that worked out quite nicely into Mihawk. That guy's bricked to smithereens. I will say, small tangent, I guess, about Mihawk. There's been a lot of Mihawk lists doing quite well recently with very, very low 2k numbers. Can go wrong there, right? He took a 6 early doors, which was ass. Taking that was just like, okay, that's just... He would have lost to one more killer anyway. But yeah, you don't want to be yeah, you don't want that. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna go into Emu. Let's take second off them. Got double searches. We really need to high roll this matchup. Yeah, I think it might be enough. There's the 2k and the 0 cost obviously not very useful, but we will need a Punk Rotten. And hopefully this can fix our hand between the when you're seeing the killer. Marcus Mars. Tosses Peter. Let me click on that. Yeah, tosses Mars, Peter, and Edge. Go with this first. We do need something to do on 4, so I'll take Camazo. We're going to need Kid as well. I'm going to take Camazo first, because we need that first. Killer. Oh, we can't take Killer. So I'm going to take Kid or Kid. This just gets Marsed, which is pretty bad. So I'm going to take the 7 cost. And then pass. Because we've already bot decked one of these. We definitely need to see one. The 5 cost Kid, it's good, but it just eats a Mars. So it's not that good, if you know what I mean. He's searching, finds it never existed, and a war. We'll be taking that. Thank you very much. I do want to... I mean, he has one Don open, so we can just swing 6 here. And then play out the killer, hopefully find... I mean, I don't even know what I'm looking for, because we can't find 5 cost killer off 1 cost killer, to be fair. I mean, more Punk Rottens, a second Kid could be nice. Kid Killer could be okay. Let me take it. Let me take the killer. No, we can't. I think it's just Kid Killer there. Then we'll pass. He takes the first swing. We're going to see a war for 3 here. Only 1 Don open, so we can swing double 7s. Maybe we can get him with a Kid Killer. 5. Yeah, we'll take the first 2, so we're down at 5k. Yep, here's war. So we swing double 7s, he goes block, and then never existed. Because I can do 7 with the... I can do 8. I can do 7 with this with Punk Rotten. 7 with this. We could do a bunch of... We could do like 2 Punk Rottens. We'll lose so many Dons. Play a second Camazo. Could play a second Camazo. Go 5-7. 5-7-7. It's okay, I think. So start with 5 from Camazo, right? 3 for Camazo. Punk Rotten on Killer. Yeah, I think I like this best. If he takes, then, like, obviously we kill Killer, but he's not going to. He's not stupid. And we will lose this. I just want to keep up the Don tempo. Cool. Let's go with the punk rotten. Eat an event. Pass. I imagine we see Mars. I'd imagine we will see Mars. Just trashed a Peter, though, from hand. Well, the fact that he's already at 19 is insane. Yeah, there's Mars. Kill Kamazo. And then attack into the other Kamazo. Sure. Can't save that. We need this to hit killer. We absolutely need this to hit killer. It's not a killer. We'll take Usahachi to arrest a war, potentially. In fact, we still don't have killers. Really unfortunate. Game 1. Then guess we swing for a really shitty 8, which he can either event or block. It's so bad. So bad. Takes. I mean, he's fine to take the 2 there, but I'm not going to complain too much about that. Top Man War, I imagine that will potentially come down. Six, I've got to counter something. So we'll counter that. Yeah, Top Man War. Please, give me a killer. Give me a killer. Okay, we've got killer. We've got a chance. I would have liked another 7-cost kid as well, but I think I passed up on one early to Usahachi, to be fair. So, can't really complain. We have the kid killer, which is a nice big swing. We could punk rotten the killer. We need to break through this turn. And then I think go with the restand on the Usahachi next turn. But the fact that he's got 2 blockers this turn, it's crazy. It's really not good. How do we break through is the other question. If we go 2 Don Punk Rotten on the killer, that can swing for 7. 1 Don here is 9. That needs a war. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's so hard to break through, man. So fucking hard. If we play Usahachi, then we don't have it for next turn. So it's like, how do win? How do win? This is going here. You can go 9 with this. You can go 9 with leader. 9 with that. Countering with this. If we go 7 with this. Go 8, 9. 7, 7, 8, 9. 7, 7, 8, 9 is not the worst. He gets 2 events and the 2 blockers off the board. Start with 7. We can also play Kid Killer this turn. Which is better than just putting 5 Dons on the killer, I guess. That'd be 4 Don to swing 7. 2 Don here and then 9, 9. Also just swing 7 next. Takes that one. He surely has an event. Surely has an event. This just eats the blockers is the problem, right? If we go the Kid Killer. There's no point playing the Kid Killer now. Because if we go 5, 7, 8. Okay, he counters, so we just pass here, right? Because if I go 7, 8 with the Kid Killer, all that achieves is he draws a card off war and blocks twice, and then our kid is vulnerable. So we have to pass here. We just pass there. Really fucking weird, right? Yep, you got that. Yep, you got that. We're never living 2 more turns. We might as well just take them all. Could I ever play into that? I don't think so. Certainly never playing it into it just being in the life, right? So we're never living another turn. Peter. It's just so hard to break through, man. So hard to break through them. 'Cause I can counter potentially both of these, but then we're at 2, right? And we can maybe KO Nusk, KO Raw. But we can't even guarantee do that. I think we just have to go for it next turn and kind of hope his hand is not that good. Does this do anything? No. Because we're going to 10 regardless. He should just not swing leader as well. There's no need to swing leader here. So all you do is potentially run the risk of giving us something good. Which, I don't think is anything good enough, but there's no need to swing there. It didn't matter. But he could have given us like a punk rotten. Do we ever play Roger here now? Because we are now at 0. If we Roger, our swings are 8, 7, 8. Turn this into a killer. 9, 13. You would need to counter 7, 8, and 9. Which he can have 3 events, but I think that is better than the other line, which is like we can Usahachi for 3, rest the war. Then we would need we'd need either to do 3 swings, which I guess we'd start with 9. Then if he takes, we just split 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 11, 13, 15. If he counters the 9, then we would need to play Kid Killer, which would be 4. He would swing for 7. And if he counters that, we die. And our leader swings on 9, 11. So we have 9, 9, 7, 9, 11. But he has a blocker. Or 8, 7, 9, 13. But he doesn't have a blocker. 9, 11. I think it's better to just Roger. And we can swing the 7 first, which is a slight sequencing optimization, I suppose. But I suspect he'll be able to counter all of these first 3. One of these is an Elders, actually. Oh, we won! He didn't have any events! That's unfortunate for our friend there, the Roger. He just threw by attacking us there. But to be fair, the other lethal, if he had no events, what did he give us there? He gave us 2k, 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 1k. So our other lethal was Rest War, swing 9 with Kid. He can either give us 2k, 2k, 1k, in which case his hand is 2k, brick. He would have to take the 7, which would have been the next swing from the Kid Killer. Or block, but you always take before blocking, right? And then we'd have had 2 swings still, and all he has is 1 ground death. So we would have actually won, even if he didn't put us to 0, we'd have won with the other lethal as well. With the Usahachi plus Kid Killer. Unfortunate for him that he didn't have any events. That's wild. I don't know how many had he gone through? I hadn't been tracking. Because he'd gone through 4 never existed and 1 ground death, to be fair. And an edge. I should have been tracking that more. I just always assume, he left 3 up, right? Left 3 up. Got a game into Kuzan. He actually gives us first, which is interesting. We have Killer, but literally none of our curves, so I'm going to mulligan. That's good enough. If we can find 5-cost Kid or 7-cost Kid here, that would be brilliant. We cannot. I'll grab a... We're not going to have a turn to play this for a couple turns, but we could play it on the turn after Doffy. Punk Rotten's great. I think I'm going to take the Killer. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Killer there. Yeah, we're not going to have a turn to play this for a couple, but it is what it is. Now, against Kuzan, we do need to fear the E-Show. The E-Show is pretty terrifying. We really don't want to be at 6 cards when he goes into his E-Show turn. Hina comes down, or comes out, rather. Split out Kamazo. Just swing for 6, nothing funky. Cool, and then we're going to pass. Yeah, so if we take this, we go to 6, then we're at 7, then we have to give up the doffy. Then we play the doffy. Yeah, I really do fear the E-show. This is bluegrass, I assume. But I also I want to actively take, right? It's awkward. Definitely no blocker. I think I give the 1k. There's bluegrass. I'm gonna go doofy, game 1. Then we'll swing for 6. Yeah, now we can like take one of these swings pretty happily. And it's not too big a problem. 7 cost doffy off the top is actually really good as well. That was a very, very nice draw. Hopefully swing with the bluegrass first, yeah, because I'll just take this one. No, swing to the leader. Swing 7, we give up the cameras. It's not the end of it. Yeah, I can't give up this. So we can't easily find this, so we'll just block with cameras over here. I'm not getting E-showed. I refuse to get E-showed. If you want a Kuzan, you can Kuzan. I refuse to get E-showed. Fuck E-show. That card's so good. Cards are so good. We'll ramp up, and then I think I will just attack the bluegrass. For 8. Give us 2 cards. Zephyr and a Rosie. Cool. Next turn, it's just going to be another Captain Kid. 5 here. If we block, he attacks Kuz here. Do you know what? You want to Garp, E-show me. I guess you got it. I don't want to give up my doffy. I really do not. Yeah, Garp, E-show. Oh no, Garp Saka. Okay. I'd rather have that. Although we are taking a shitload of damage here. Because, yeah, his hand is bricked up to high heaven. Maybe we will just be blocking with the doffy, huh? Maybe we will. If I had a 2k, I'd do it now. But, again, I don't want to give up this. Okay, 2k there is nice, but I think I'm just going to block and sack. Now, we've no Doms this turn. There's a lot of swings next turn. Let's have a lot of swings. We're at 10. Roger is terrible here. We've quite a nice number of 2Ks now, though. We have 2 2Ks and a couple of 1Ks. I think we do need to take out the bluegrass. Is there a world where we play out a kid, 7-cost kid, swing with this 7-cost kid, turn it into the 5-cost kid, just have a blocker? Maybe? Maybe? We need to keep this. And then we could just ignore the bluegrass? Interesting. Interesting. The sequencing here never quite works out. It never does. But we can swing 9-9 at his life. And we're very much set up for winning next turn. But do we just lose to 5 swings? I suspect so. So I think we have to try and take out the bluegrass. Let's go 10 to bluegrass. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it is what it is. I think we have to take this out. Cool, we do get it. Okay. Let's go 8 at leader. Takes that, cool. Game 1, and then I'll turn this into the blocker. And then pass with 1 open, just to fake a little event there. Now, I believe we should win next turn if we don't die, but that is a big ask, right? But we did get rid of the bluegrass. We do have... Like, we might not even win next turn, because he has 11 fucking cards, and it is Kuzan, to be fair. We've got a shot at winning next turn. I'm going to take this. Divine Departure is brilliant. That's a great find. We go 9 here, right? Yeah, 9. What's his split? 3 on lead. It's 11-11. Can we counter 11? 7, 9. Just about. If he was to say red rock for 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, he'd have 3 more dons, so it's 8, 9. We can not counter an 8, 9. So we should counter this, I believe. Yeah. No blocker. Give him the Camazo. Divine Departure and Kid. Buff. Resolve. He can look to split with the Chigi, but I doubt he does that. You just see an 8. Yeah, his split now would be, what, 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8, 8. Oh, we can't counter 8 anyway. So take. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good if he doesn't go for lethal here. I don't think he will. I don't think he does go for lethal here. It'd be a bit weird if he did. It's either Red Rock. I mean, it's Red Rock 9. He'll get it, but, you know, yeah, he does just go with the Kuz. I think this is smart. He can leave a bunch of dons open. Should just leave all 3, or probably 2 open. Yeah, I think I like leaving... I mean, it depends how many ice blocks he has already, but at least 2. Yeah, it is 2. We'll block and 2k this. Yeah, and we've got to go for it here. Shame our Captain Kid can't attack. Also, shame we don't have a Punk Rotten. We've got 5 for Killer. This gets to play out the Killer for free. We need 3 swings to go through. I think it's very, very unlikely that we get there. But, yeah, we don't really have another choice, do we? We can play Killer and Kid Killer. But it's just worse than swinging an extra 4k with this twice. Yeah. Swing 7. I think we lose just because he has too many cards in hand. Be interesting to watch this one back and see what the point we lost was. The Kuzan on 6 was pretty annoying. Having to play around Isho sucked. Because, I mean, we got slightly less aggression early game. This is the only line. Cool. Oh shit, I needed to play the 1 first. Fuck. Missequence there. Oh, I've super fucked this up. Oh man. I've super fucked this up. It should be 14-16. Instead it's fucking 12-14. It's terrible. It doesn't look like it matters anyway. But yeah, this should be 2k bigger basically. So if he can go to 15 but not 17, then it's my bad. I imagine he can go very, very high. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, he had loads more. So my mistake there didn't matter. GG's your opponent. Yeah, GG's. Ignore that. I should have just played out the Killer from hand first before using the 7 Cost Kids effect. That was a sequencing mistake. Wouldn't have mattered because he had 6-7k more counter. Which is pretty gross. Yeah, his guys are just very big to counter efficiently. We didn't really draw 2Ks early game. And having to play around Isho sucked. Maybe I'll just accept the Isho and, like, we could have trashed the Roger and something else. I don't know. Having to turn the 7-cost kid into a 5-cost kid always sucks, but it's like an emergency play. And we needed to do it there. If he hadn't Kuzan'd my 7-cost kid, we would have had... This would have been an extra... He'd have to give us an extra 2k on that last swing. Kid would have swung 9. He'd have had the counter for it anyway. Just about, but... Yeah. Yeah, good game to our opponent, though. Game to Moria. We're going first. That hand is atrocious. That hand's not great either. That hand is not great either. And this matchup's going to be very interesting, I think, because normally against Moria, you like to starve and play slowly. I can't do that. Like, we have to go aggressive. I mean, I'll play it. Yeah, I'd rather have... The doffy's good enough, I think, that we just take the kid. Yeah, like, we're an aggro deck. We have to go aggressive. This turn I would be going aggressive anyway, because the likelihood of him getting a trigger when he has nothing in the trash is very, very low. But, yeah, it's just one of them. Into Moria, our game plan kind of clashes with how you ideally want to play into him. But it is... Gets a hog back down. I imagine we heal here. Swing 5 heal. Yeah, we've got to heal here, right? Put stuff in the trash. I feel like this could be a difficult matchup just because we have to attack him, right? That's a freebie. Second 7-cost kid seems good to me. Kid. Actually, only summon is a Sindri. That's not ideal. That is not ideal at all. This game I'm rested, and then I'll just swing 6 again. Yeah, the only summon he can get is a Sindri if he triggers a thing. I mean, I don't know about that one. I feel like I'd have maybe put the hog back in the trash with the leader effect and stacked on Lilith, but I guess then you're gambling. It might not even come out, so I don't know. I'm not a Moria, excuse me, aficionado. We do play out Sindri tapped and just kill her. That makes sense. Killer would have done that job for me anyway. So we're swinging with the funny numbers, 6 and 7. It's not great. Is he likely to swing into this Doflamingo? Probably not. This play's active, right? Yeah, this play's active. Probably not likely to swing to the Doflamingo if we counter. It'll feel bad if he does, though. Take. Ooh, that's pretty nasty. Have to 0-cost this. Have to 0-cost this. We might have to 0-cost this one. Yeah, no blocker. Yeah, I think it would be... Yeah, I think it would be rash to not 0-cost that one. Because then we're at 2 and it's getting kind of dodge if he gets like a trigger next turn. Cool. I mean, Roger's fine. I really didn't need 2 of them. We are simply drawing all our bricks. I don't even play that many in the deck, you know? That's kind of tough. It's going to be 7-7. It's going to be 7-7. So yeah, let's just play this. Game 1. We'll swing with the blocker. Swing 7-7. No trigger again. What is going on with this guy's Moria deck? I thought he was supposed to have every single life as a trigger. Counters with 2 cards. Incredible. But yeah, this hand is wank. This hand is absolutely wank. He's not really sin very much, I can't lie. He's probably just going to 8-cost this turn, put the Sindri in life, or the Kumasi in life. It'd be the Kumasi. Is he going to want to kill anything? Probably not, because this can only turn into Sindri. Swings 5 first. We'll 1k this. If he swings into the Doflamingo, it is what it is, right? There's not a lot we can do about it. I have nothing going on right now. 6-5. Does heal. Gives us... What did he trash? Kumasi, Absalom. Resolve there. Okay, kid's not the worst. Yep. We do not have a choice. Moria. Summon a hog back, I guess. Kumasi there. Okay, well now we're just hard playing board, right? Now we're hard playing board. This has to stay active. This is very, very easy to clear. If this triggers, he's going to play Hogback, but if we kill the Hogback, he just plays Absalom, so we can't interact with that. What's the best way to approach this? The amount of bricks we found is diabolical, man. It's diabolical. I'm going to have to play this. Swing 7 here. Play the Moria. Now. I have nothing else to do with the Don. I'm not playing Punk Rotten. We're going to keep that for later. Can't play a blocker. I mean, I can play an Usahachi and rest the Sindri, but, like, no. That's my 2k. I need that. Roger might be how we win the game next turn. If we are Rogering, we can't Punk Rotten. But, like, I'm not swinging this anyway, so the Don doesn't actually do anything. Let's just do 5-8. Get him down to 2. This is Absalom. Sorry, this is Hogback. Yeah. 8. Absalom. Okay. Do I need to trash this and play out a kid? Potentially, yes. 3 swings. Can block 1. He has 4 swings, sorry, excuse me. Counter situation is just so ass. It's so ass. We can maybe take out the Absalom with the doffy swing, but if he has a 2k, that's gone awry. And we've also just thinned out. I think we need to play the blocker, though. Which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. I think I just have to play the blocker. And then we don't kill this because it makes his swings more simple. Boa, sure. It's a pretty good one. Is that enough to get him there? I'm undecided. It being a 1k, I think one of these has to swing for at least like a shitty 5. So he kills this, right? He kills this with the leader effect. Doesn't matter what he summons. Then he has 6, 7, 10. We can block to save the killer. Or we can block now. Counter the 6. I think we're just playing Roger, right? We're just playing Roger. This will swing twice. This will swing once. Roger will swing. That might actually be okay. So we're going to lose both blockers to these 2 swings. We have to counter these 2. Yeah, that's the angle. So we'll give up no blocker. Kamazo here. He kills this. This is enormous. This is 7. Just swings with this. Is he not killing anything? Kills Absalom to get the search, if that's fair. 1k. Okay, so he did what I thought, but he killed the Absalom instead of the Hogback. That makes sense. I wonder if he ever attacks Killer here. He does. Leaves us with the kid. Doesn't, he can't heal. That is fine. That is fine. So we're now going to do Roger. Swing 5. Got -1. Take 1 back. We have 7, 8, 9, 13. Perona trigger. Can't play Perona though, because there's no Perona in there. Just play a Hogback. Let's attack with this next. Swing for 7. Grabs a 2k. 8. Short of this being a 0 cost, I mean, well, now we just win, right? We literally just win. Didn't even need the killer. Okay, I guess we just win with Roger. Even without the Roger, we'd have won that, right? Because the killer. Yeah, I don't know why he went after the 1-cost killer. I guess he was afraid of, like, Punk Rotten, because we had shown him it, to be fair. Didn't know about the Roger. But, yeah, weird one there. Playing out that 5-cost kid was definitely the right call off the 7-cost kid last turn. If we hadn't played this, we would have definitely just died. Yeah, his first life was not a trigger. His second life was also not a trigger. So he lost. The Moria way. I thought that was going to be tougher. I did, just because we have to attack. But I'll take it. It's my first time playing into Roger in OP14 now, actually. So we'll see. I've chosen first. I don't think the sound is good enough. The search is nice, but like everything else is pretty useless. It's all mulligan. I mean, we have a kid for 3. That's not too bad. Doffy on 5. It's either, these are both of our backup plays. We've also got this killer here. Punk Rotten will be nice for dealing with Roger, but I would prefer a better play than this Doffy. So I'm going to take the 5-cost kid. Probably put that on the top just in case. But yeah, not too bad. Not a bad start for our first game into new Roger. He'll have the promo now. I don't think this deck really gained anything else from OP14, but I guess I could be wrong. We'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. I want to sort my mic out. Opponent just gives it the pass. Fair enough. Well, we top decked the better one. I think I will go with that because it protects us for another turn, right? It is, I think, just better. Unfortunately, we actually have a Divine Debauch, so we can trash this Captain Kid later. Without him being too much for a brick in our hand, which is nice. Opponent thinking about this 6. Next turn, we're just going to drop 5-cost kid. This is our perfect curve, actually. Camazo into 5-cost kid. We don't have the full-up 7-cost kid, but even Doffy after the kid, not too bad. I'm not going to be too upset about that. We'll see what he drops here on 3. If it's a bullet, I don't think I'm swinging this Camazo anyway, really, because I want to take another life, right? Just a ramp event. That's perfect, in fact. And then we'll see 7. Indeed, we will take. I mean, second 5-cost kid is pretty good after our 5-cost kid. It's not 7-cost kid, but that's probably the next best drop. It just gives us more dons right back, right? Just gives us more dons. The activate main of this DD could actually be useful later. And we do have Roger if he decides to go like a Uta spam strategy later on in the game, but he's going to be at 9. Fortunately, we can swing very big. This is probably just going to be a 1k. That's okay, though. Go with this, and then we'll attack for 5. Turn 1. Game 1. Game 1. I don't think I want to swing with this because I want to take one more hit so that we're at 5k on our next turn. As much as swinging 5 into Roger here is pretty good. He takes, though. How much do I value at 1k? I don't think that highly. I think I really do value taking the life more. Because we would also guaranteed have to counter. This is going to be not that great because we don't play that many big units. This bullet's not bad, though. I will take. I mean, I'm glad. I guess we got the perfect curve, gamers. What the time to be alive. And I will swing with the Camazo now, I think. This is the last turn he's going to be useful. And if these start swinging into the Camazo, that's pretty good. Playing this does give the Bonclay a big target. But, I mean, it is just the best play. It is just the best play. So let's do that. What's our best split here? If we put... This is at 7. We'll get 1 back from this. We can go like 6, 7, 7. There's nothing else I want to do with Don, is there? There's never a world where I play any of these. Is there ever a world where we go... This is at 7. This is at 6. We can go 5... No, we can go 5, 6, 7, but... That's worse than 6, 7, 7, I think. 'Cause he's already at 3. If we can force him down massively, I mean, we could just swing big with leader, potentially. That is potentially an option. I assume he's going to go to 9k to the next turn. But if we just play Roger, we can attack into, like, the bullet. At least. So, yeah, let's go 6. And then 7. He's taking the 6. I mean, you surely have to counter at least one of these, right? Right? That'd be a little crazy if you didn't. Does give us the Divine Departure there. I will swing one more 7. Either you take down to 1 or you give us 2 more cards. He's already at 1. That's great news. The aggression's really been working out, and he doesn't have to deal with the Camazo. He doesn't have to, but it is still a blocker if he doesn't, and he does choose to deal with it. I'll let that go. I'm also not that worried about protecting this kid, but if it is easy, I would like to. If we can do it for, like, just a Divine Departure, that'll be pretty good. But yeah, without any 2Ks, this is not Roger or Newgate. He's on Shanks. What would this be? Rayleigh, I guess? Well, Rayleigh can't attack this. We would need to counter a 9. Do I mind going down to 2? I think I'm going to counter this. Because I don't... if he Rayleighs, I'm a little concerned. Attacks 8 to 6, but we're letting that go. I'm not giving 3 1Ks. That's suicide. But at least our killer's going to get value. Oh, would he not swing the... I mean, that's just a missequence, right? Maybe he changed his mind. Maybe he changed his mind. That's all I can assume, right? It's all I can assume, because otherwise that's just a nonsense play. Well, let's start with... Are we actually attacking with this? We're definitely attacking Roger into lead. I mean, it is 2 to 1. 2 to 1. Let's go Roger. I'll attack 7 into bullet. If he defends it, we attack 8 with the kid. If not, then we just don't attack with kid. That's fine. Don't have a lot of counter, but I very much doubt he'll be attacking. Or he won't want to attack into this Roger, right? Takes to 0. Okay, Roger's online. No more blockers. We'll see. I mean, he could Divine Departure it. That would be an option. We do have another one. And we can also do a pretty good split. And if we're able to find the 5-cost killer and he just leaves. Holy bricks, Batman. Why is Lime Juice here? Who's Lime Juice here? Bit of a weird Roger build, but hey, good to know we can beat them down at least. Even if this is... I think Roger is decent this format, but he's not a top matchup anymore. So thank you for watching. Overall, I don't think this deck's great. It's alright. It's definitely like, you could take this to locals, and if your locals isn't like the sweatiest locals in the world, you could win locals with this, I think. It's a decent rogue deck. It's not going to be... I would be very surprised if this tops a regional. If it does, it's with something that I haven't figured out, because I don't think this list is anywhere near good enough for that. But the combos you can put together are very, very fun. This is really smack your opponent in the face type of deck, which fits with Kid's theme quite nicely. And yeah, he's definitely not bad, but I think there is still something missing from this package, Bandai. Yeah, either way, thank you for watching. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day.